Quick heads up, I do full chart readings at IamAstrologyReadings.com if you want to go deeper. All right, let's get to it.
The first encounter, I gave two ladies a ride to the airport. They told me they came in town to see a kid they used to mentor that was in some play and it was his birthday. I asked his age, they replied 30. I said he's coming out of his Saturn return. They asked what was I talking about. I said it's kind of like a fork in the road. It's a time to make a decision which way you're gonna go. I said, this acting stuff, has he been questioning if he still wanted to do it? One lady said yes, it was really rough for a while, but he decided he was gonna stick with it, and this is one of the reasons why we came down here to support him. Then she says, how did you know that? I replied that I'm an astrologer, and there are different times when things get triggered. One lady yells out, I don't believe in that. Of course, it was because of religious reasons. The other lady said, oh, how cool. I asked what their sun signs were. The one lady asking the question was a mutable, changeable Virgo. The other was a fixed, whole position, stuck Taurus. I explained both Virgo and Taurus. Mind you, they both agreed on the qualities I described, even the non-believing Taurus. Then they started asking me, what do I believe? The Taurus kept talking to me about Jesus. I told her I went to Catholic school all my life. I didn't need a lecture on Jesus. Then I made a few comments about belief systems on the whole. But the Virgo keeps pressing me on what do I believe. And as we're nearing the destination, I finally gave them a condensed version of what I believe life is all about. The changeable Virgo looks at me and says, wow, that's an interesting concept. The stuck Taurus looks at me after everything I had just said and says, make sure you keep Jesus in your life. It made me chuckle, but I said okay, and I kept it moving. Now what stood out to me, I thought, was the difference between mutable Earth and fixed Earth. The Virgo at least considered the thought. The Taurus did not even consider it. Even after she agreed with the Taurus representation, she was still stuck on her position. Turns out that's not what that encounter was really about. But I will elaborate on that in a few minutes.
If you like these daily horoscopes and want one personalized for you, same style, 3 minutes, about your chart, you can book a first impression reading at IamAstrologyReadings.com for $25 and I'll record it, drop it right here on the feed. Tips is also welcome, even $1 helps. Full deep dive readings also available. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all at I Am Astrology Readings. My brother's gotta eat too. I appreciate you in advance.